Hello everyone, Clay Frederick of the Horror Franchise, back at it with another Halloween the Game video. Tonight actually, as of recording this, my bad. I kind of wanted to go more in depth with a certain ability of Michael Myers in the game. Now I've already did a breakdown for him, just doing all of his mechanics and such, but this time I thought I would go more in depth with a certain ability that is very, very important. And not only that, I think it's really freaking awesome. Of course, I have got to learn a lot more about this particular ability. And that ability is called Bloodthirst. Now, if you're covering this game as well, trying to get all this information about it, Bloodthirst is something that really is required to become a much more terrifying, stronger, and more powerful Michael Myers as the match progresses. So how do you get that? Well, it's really simple. Well, not too simple, but we'll get to that. First and foremost, the main thing to do is to stalk NPCs and players. This is something that I think you should do right off the bat when the match starts. As soon as the match starts, you have to obviously go find an NPC. I wouldn't recommend going after players. I would go after the NPCs first. They're much more vulnerable and easier to kill compared to actual players. You can stalk players too, but it takes a little bit longer. And there are skill checks that pop up that increase your Bloodthirst meter. Now, there are 3 tiers for Bloodthirst, and each tier gets increasingly longer, so it takes you a little bit longer to get to each tier. So there's 1, 2, and 3, and then you're maxed out. Unless you get stunned by civilians or police officers. Then your Bloodthirst tier will decrease. Now on the demo, it decreases by a whole meter, but the developers Elphonic had stated that it's going to take a little bit less out of that meter to kind of incentivize, if I said that word right, Jesus, to make it kind of easier to get your Bloodthirst back, because it is hard as it is, and it's going to be easier to get your Bloodthirst in the actual final build of the game. So they nerfed Michael in the demo, but he's going to be stronger upon release. I don't know how long that'll be, but you know how it is. You know how it is about nerfing killers and buffing survivors. Killers are meant to be the overpowered role. Back to what I was talking about. Stalking for a duration on a specific NPC or player, or just them in general. You will get skill point checks that'll pop up. All you have to do is just put your cursor up on it, and it'll increase your Bloodthirst, and it'll mark your survivor quicker. And by doing so, when you reach that increase, it also incentivizes more XP, of course. We all like getting XP. I'm having a brain fart. I apologize. What the hell was that? Yeah, it'll give you an aura. It'll give them an aura rating, so you can see them better if they get away from you, and you can catch up to them much quicker. And especially like line of sight blockers, like bushes and houses and stuff like that, cars and all that. You can literally find them for a little bit. You unlock more executions. You unlock more grab and environmental kills as well with each tier. And with each tier, my God, they get even cooler. Obviously, this also applies by attacking, killing, and admiring civilians. Gives you more Bloodthirst. What do I mean about admiring? Well, I've seen some videos from a certain content creator named Stalky Boy. One Stalky was his name. If you've heard a name, you probably already know. He's a hardcore Halloween fan, hardcore Michael Myers fan, like I am. And he is literally probably the best Michael Myers player as far as the demo at PAX East Boston. And he got the highest score. And he understands how Michael was played. And I've watched a lot of his videos, particularly the 2-hour video with a lot of gameplay, and my God, he knows how to play Michael. And I have a lot of respect for that guy. So if you don't know who this guy is, be sure to check him out. He's got some kick-ass content for Michael Myers and Halloween so far. And he plays Dead by Daylight, so that's how I know of him as well. And he's a Myers main. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Each tier increases your attack damage, especially on marked civilians, giving them an aura read. We've already covered aura reading. Each tier also gives you your grab range increases. Your grip strength is increased. Shape jump range to catch civilians in a close proximity. If you are not tiered up, you have like a wider range when you're trying to catch up to the civilians, the Haddonfield heroes and all that are running away. There's like a range. There's a proximity to where you can't really get right up on their butt crack and all that. So with each tier, that becomes more narrow. And by max tier 3, you can be literally like 2 feet away from them, and you can just spawn in and get a freaking grab. Well, I've already seen it happen. I've seen it. That could be tweaked in the future. Who the hell knows? We're going by for the demo so far. But that is pretty strong. And it takes a little bit to get to tier 3, which is why the pool is literally much longer compared to tier 1 and 2 combined. So that's why it gets a little bit stronger. And not only that, here's the best part about that is essential for making max tier 3. His stun resistance is increased, and his stun time is reduced. Each tier makes Michael take more hits before getting stunned. That is very awesome. That is my favorite thing, aside from grip strength increase and all this other things, and the shape jump getting more narrow, trying to catch somebody. That is epic. That is so awesome, especially making it harder for bully squads. And Michael should be the superior role. He should be the overpowered role, because killers need this. Michael is the guy that can pull this off, and I love how Inphonic has implemented this. But we're not done. Another thing that is great about this, finally, all of his abilities, such as Blackout, Reality Tear, his Stalking, his Sensibility. There is a name for Sensibility. I just forgot what it was, but you know what I'm saying. The cooldown at 0 tier is drastically horrible. It's a long fucking time. But with each tier, especially at max tier 3, it is reduced drastically. Making Michael far scarier, intimidating, stronger, and harder to bully. And if you know me covering this stuff, I have stated on Friday the 13th the game, I love being a stealthy Jason, a tactical one at least. And I like to have that stalk, shift grab, jump scares. I love scaring people. I'm gonna love killing all of you as Michael. Do you have any idea how awesome it is with this information that I have received? Especially with my friends that are potentially watching this video. You're probably thinking, what is wrong with me? I'm a psychopath or something. Well, maybe I am. Maybe I have been waiting for this very moment to scare the shit out of all of you. I'm really enjoying saying all of this. You can tell, can't you? Yes. 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 Everything that I have stated. I could have missed out on a couple things like I usually do. But I wanted to go specifically on Bloodthirst. I've already covered like the stalk, the other abilities he's got and stuff. And it's all great. But stalking, incentivizing you to become a stronger Michael is so fantastic. On paper, from what we see, and from the gameplay I've seen. It makes Michael plot out, how is he going to kill you? How is he going to scare you? How is he going to be this methodical? It's literally the original John Carpenter movie. Michael Myers, he stood there and watched, and he was planning how he was going to set that trap for you. And that's epic. As far as chasing goes, it wouldn't be highly recommended. It's all about getting ahead, planning how you're going to get these people. That's the best way. So, yeah, that's Bloodthirst. That is Bloodthirst. I love how this is all put out. It may not seem like much, but it's a damn effective ability. And it's not even part of the actual ability kit. This is potentially his best ability. Hands down. Because it makes him stronger. It makes him scarier. And it makes him resistant to bully squads. Oh yeah. That puts a smile on a lot of us, doesn't it? Puts a smile on my face. For sure. But somehow, these assholes are going to find a way, like they always do. But you know what? I don't care. You will not ruin my fun. But that's all I got for you guys about Bloodthirst here for Michael Myers and Halloween the Game. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you on the next one. Peace out. Have a good night.